If you're planning to go to abroad studies, it is most likely that you will be looking to get a part-time job. So the question is, what do you need to know to get a part-time job? Or how do you know if you're eligible to start applying for a part-time job? So in this video, I'll explain 4 essential things that you will need to do to make sure you become eligible to start applying for a part-time job. So without ado, let's get right into it. If you're going to a new country, one of the very first few things to do is to get a SIM card. Some of the universities do give away free SIM card during the freshers event, which is the introduction week. These are typically not great, but it is free and you don't need to go to a shop to buy it. Alternatively, you can just search in Google for some of the best SIM card and you can buy it online. The next thing to sort is to know your address properly, and I mean by that is it is going to be different in the way in which the address is structured in a different country from your home country, so it makes it harder to remember at the start. So it is better to keep a note on your phone. It is very important that you need to make sure you know the address properly. You would need it for everything. In the UK, the address has a general format. For example, it's starting with house number / your apartment number, followed by street name, city, county, and finally your postcode. So this would make up something like this. So once you have a phone number and address, you can go to the university portal or the website and request for a student status letter. These letters are sometimes referred to as proof of student status. A student status letter confirms a student's full name as noted on a student record, date of birth, course title, registration date, completion date, your home address, term time address, and the term dates. When you apply for a part-time job or a full-time during the off term, you will be asked to provide a student status letter. And for the next item in the checklist, you need to have a student status letter to open up your student bank account. This is one of the important things, not just for a job, but as in every aspect of your day-to-day life in a new country. If you need to spend money or transfer money or do any basic thing, you need to have a bank account. Once you have a phone number, address, and a student status letter, you can open up a bank account, and it is very easy. There are certain things that you may need to know while choosing which bank to have an account with, as in which bank you can get the best out of. And with the time limit for this video, I would not be able to cover this, but I will make sure I'll do a video on that separately. But for now, you need to start a bank account as soon as possible. For that, you need to go to any bank, go to their reception and ask that you need to open up a student bank account, and they will guide you through. And you only need basic documents which you have already acquired, and it will be opened up for you within a week or 2. The UK government uses a social security system whereby national insurance number are used to facilitate employers' contribution to national insurance on their employees' behalf. That just means if you wish to work in the UK as a student, you need to have this national insurance number for your employment to be legal. In the USA, it is called social security number, and the process is almost identical to any country that you're planning to go. But it is important to make sure you confirm it with the respective country's government sites. The national insurance number is unique for every individual, and you will get it for free of cost. You can apply for NI number in 2 ways, and one is by yourself and the other one is to use a service. If you're doing it by yourself, you can go to this UK government website and get the number from there. Or for your ease, I've already taken a screenshot for you. You need to contact the National Insurance Number application line to ask for an application form. The letter that comes with your application form will tell you which documents you can use as a proof. But generally, you will need to return the form along with proof of your identity, which would be a copy of your passport or any other relevant document, proof of address, which would be your student status letter or a bank statement that you can get from the bank, and your right to work or study in the UK, which would be a BRP or biometric residence permit. That is basically a visa that you get once you are in the UK. Alternatively, if you're using a service, it would be less time consuming and be dealt without any application issues at the cost of £25. Well, it's up to you whether you want to do it by yourself or go by a service. But if you came here all the way, you should be able to solve this out by yourself without any trouble. So now that we have checked off every other requirement to start applying for a part-time job in our checklist, the final thing you need is a CV or resume, as it is called in some countries. Some of the part-time jobs doesn't require you to have a CV. It will depend and vary on different types of job. So if you want to know more about the application process for different jobs, you can check out this video in the link above, somewhere here or here. Or I'll add it in the description so you can check it out later. You don't need a professional CV because as students we won't have enough experience to put on it. But certainly you are capable to pull together one CV with any extracurricular activities or volunteering, courses or training that you have done in the past. Also, one big tip, make sure you adjust your CV according to different job requirements and don't just use the same CV for every application, talking from my experience. If you're just starting out in university, this may seem overwhelming. I did when I was asked for a CV and I didn't even know what it was back then. So let me know in the comments if you think you need to know more about how to create a part-time job CV from scratch. I would love to do a video on that if it helps anyone. Also, in your university there would be a careers team that will help you with finding a graduate scheme job, and just try to get in touch with them and see if they offer any support with a CV for part-time work. I'm sure they are capable of and they will be able to help you out in some way. So now that we know everything that needs to be done to become eligible to start applying for a part-time job, it's time for you to start going out and start applying. So if you are still here, thank you and I shall see you next video. Bye for now.